What's up, my wolves? I just got through watching Attack on Titan season 2 episode 2, or episode 27 if you count all those episodes. And before we get into this, I want to let you know to be sure to subscribe, be sure to turn on notifications, be sure to join my links down in the description. Also be sure to check out my past videos that I've also done, I guess, in the past. And so yeah, be sure to do all that. Be sure to join all the links and whatnot that's everywhere. And let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so with this episode, we got kind of like a background of Sasha and her life, and what Sasha has done and all that stuff, like her background with her family and where she's from. We got that in this episode, but we'll talk about that a little bit later because that was the majority of this episode. And then in the beginning, we kind of got Aaron and his group basically being kicked out of the area they're in because they don't really trust his group because of the situation with the Anna and her being a Titan, and they believe that they don't know if they can trust them because of people been tricking them and stuff like that. So that's what's going on in the episode with them. And then the priest still not talking and giving out information of why there's Titans in the walls, and is the Titans that are in the wall protecting them from the outside Titans. So they kind of want the truth of what's going on in this area, because they're trying to figure out, because they've noticed that the walls don't really have any cracks in it or anything. They're just like solid kind of walls, solid skinish kind of wall. I think he said like it was a skin of Titan walls or something, I don't know. But they noticed that there's not any cracks in it, and they trying to figure out if the Titans that are in it are protecting them from the Titans that are outside, because they've noticed that when the Titans kind of, I guess you could say, come in, they go through the entrance and they don't really take down the wall that is around it. They usually go to the entrance of that area that they don't got no Titans in it. So I wonder if the Titans that are outside they know that there's Titans in the walls or whatnot, like they can feel it or something, or you can smell it or whatnot, and they're going towards the entrance of each wall on purpose because they don't want to take down the wall, because they can release one of the Titans that are in it that may be more bigger. I'm guessing they're big because them walls are huge, so either there's multiple Titans in the wall, or each wall is one big Titan. So they're trying to figure that out. The doggone priest won't say nothing, so they've kind of suggested that maybe him not talking is because there's something more precious than humanity that he's protecting. You can say that he won't talk to save humanity, so there must be something above that's keeping him from talking. So we got that in there. And Urza getting pissed off. Urza's still healing from the fight with Anna and stuff like that, so he's still healing from that, so he can't really, I guess, be himself. Or we can see in this episode that he is still in pain from that fight. And so the priest won't talk, he won't say nothing. Like, it's crazy, because I want to know what's going on with this situation with the walls, but I guess we'll just have to wait, and throughout the episodes we'll maybe know the truth of what's going on. It'd be really interesting if actually the Titans that are in the wall are good Titans, and they sacrifice themselves to become the wall, so they can protect the humans or humanity in a sense. So it would be interesting if that's the reason why Titans are in the wall, and the reason why the priest said to keep the sunlight away from the Titans and to cover it up, because I'm guessing the sunlight will I don't know, wake them up or something. I don't know how that works. Or maybe the sunlight will give them energy or something. Maybe the sun gives the Titans energy. I don't know, but he wanted to keep the sunlight from the Titan, which is why they had to hurry up and cover it up. So that's a little, I guess, secret into what was going on with Titans in the wall, because that Titan did move that eye and saw the human. He didn't, I guess he can't move or whatnot, but it's interesting to know that you can't put no sunlight in the Titans in the wall. Maybe it awakens them or gives them power or something, I don't know, but maybe we'll just find out later on. But it will be interesting if those are nice Titans that are protecting the humans from the outside Titans, which is why the outside Titans don't really go towards that wall and destroy the walls. They go towards the entrance. So it's interesting to know that. and maybe Anna's mission was to get that secret out, to get get the Titan that's out, that's get the Titans that's in the wall out of the wall or something. I don't. Maybe her parent or something. I don't know. It's interesting, but maybe we just have to find out why Anna went towards the wall, scratching at it and trying to get something out, or maybe trying to escape. So we'll probably find that out when we get Anna out of that shell that she's in. But another part of this episode was getting into Sasha's background and why Sasha is Sasha, why she was always so nice and smiley, which is because she was being somebody that she wasn't. She wasn't being her true self because she talks, I guess you could say, talks and acts differently from the normal people, from the people that she was around, which, I can kind of relate to that because, I guess you could say she's from the countryside, so she talks country, and that's basically how I talk. I talk I guess you could say I talk country. I get that a lot. And, from seeing this episode and seeing what Sasha's going to do, it kind of hit me home where it's like, yeah, I can understand why she was always so happy and, trying to talk, I guess, normal because she has that thick country accent and she wants everybody to see her for not that of who she is, but what she's trying to persuade to be. So I kind of like that episode. That's kind of the key element that we got out of this episode, was basically be yourself. Don't try to be something you're not, and let people accept you for who you are. So it kind of, this episode was kind of like that key element in it, and I really love this episode all in general of Sasha's background. And I'll be straight up, I thought Sasha was going to die. I was going to be upset that Sasha died in this episode because we got all that information in his with her background, and I was like, oh god, this Titan. But she goes back to her village and she finds out in one of the houses that there's a Titan in it, and I'm gonna be straight up with it. I thought this dude or this Titan that was in it was a human being. It didn't look tall enough, it didn't look big enough, it didn't look strange enough to actually be a Titan. It looked like a straight up human eating another human. Like when I first saw this, I was like, why is this grown ass man in this house, eating this lady? Like what is going on? But then later on we got in here that he came out, he was a Titan. Like she was going towards the neck trying to slice it off. It's straight up healing, she can't do nothing. And there was a little girl in there, seeing this Titan eat her mother or maybe her grandmother or something. Like this lady just laying there while this Titan just straight up eating her. And I'm thinking like, oh my god, that is brutal for a little girl to just see that. And the Titan was just sitting there eating, looking at the girl. Like it was crazy. And like this Titan looked just straight up like a human. Like it was just a human, eating folks. But it was a Titan, and like, they escaped. Well, they ran away. She got the little girl, and they came out and they started running, and then Sasha realized that, like I was saying earlier, like be yourself, don't try to be something you're not. And she got over that. And then I thought she was gonna die because the Titan grabbed her, but she was shooting the Titans in the eyes to kind of distract the Titan from seeing them so they can escape. And I was so happy that she got away because I'm feeling a little bit more into liking Sasha as a character because of what she's overcoming and stuff like that. So I liked it. It was pretty cool. And oh my god, the Titan was crazy. And she escaped. She finds her dad and I guess a group of village, riding the horses and whatnot. So they all escape. She finds her dad again, and then she's with her home, which she says in this episode that she's finally home. So I liked that. That was a really good ending. I thought she was gonna die. I'm glad she didn't, because we got her background and her finally overcoming her situation she's going through. So I liked it, this episode, for not killing it, because we always getting somebody dying every time there's a Titan, and every time we get into a background somebody dies. So I liked it that they didn't kill her off. So nice Attack on Titan, folks. I liked it that. 2 thumbs up. Stop killing everybody. But killing people shows that they are willing to kill somebody and not be like Fairy Tail. With Fairy Tail, somebody is always coming back to life or not dying. So I like that aspect of Attack on Titan when they do kill people. But it's nice to see sometime over there somebody ain't gonna die when we get somebody's background. And then later on this episode, after the Sasha situation, we get Connie or whatever his name is. He finally goes back to his village. He's looking, his village is all jacked up, everything's messed up. I'm guessing everybody died or got eaten from the Titans. He goes back to his home, and this was kind of the crazy ending of this episode, is that they find a Titan on top of his house laying there, and like they're wondering how is this Titan here, because this Titan can't move. Like, it's alive, it's laying on his back, but it can't move. It just has a big belly, it has little scrawny legs and arms, so it's just laying there. They're trying to figure out how this Titan get there, and why is it on top of his house. Is it a baby Titan? Is this Titan messed up? Like, is it, it's a lot of questions going on. But that was basically the end of this episode of Attack on Titan, which crazy ending. There's a freaking Titan there. Maybe this Titan is pregnant and it's about to have a baby, because it has a big belly but it just has scrawny legs. So I don't know. I guess we'll find out like later on what's going on with this. But maybe somebody carried it there and just dropped it off on top of a house. It's crazy that it has small legs, little arms, and a big belly. So I wonder if it's either a baby or it's about to pop out some Titan babies or something. Somebody had to carry it. But that was basically the end of this episode, man. And overall episode, I liked it. Art, animation, just great. Like, that's just Attack on Titan's way, and I really did enjoy it. So if you like it, be sure to hit the like button, be sure to subscribe like I've said earlier, and I'll see y'all next week in Attack on Titan episode 3, and I'll see y'all next time. So thank you for watching. #promo pack. Peace out.